welcome back. We are now going to work on our binding mechanism. What you need are 5 pieces, pull one out, that are 1 inch wide by just a little bit shorter than your pages. So our pages are 6 3/4, so 6 5/8, okay, give or take. And what you want to do is score a line right down the middle, so at the 1/2 inch mark, and then you want one on 1/8 inch on either side of that line. So you need one at 3/8, 1/2, and 5/8, and this is 1 inch wide. Then you want to take and score, fold. You want to fold in the 2 outer ones, the 2 outer score marks like that. Then you want to sort of pinch them together to make a peak with that 3rd score line, like that. Can you see? I hope that's in focus. Okay, so you're going to need 5. And what you're going to do is you're going to take and insert, and this is a little bit shorter, so make sure you center it, that in there up to the 1st score line, but not past it. So let me see if I can get it in there. I don't know if you can see. It's going to be up to, but not past the 1st score line, and then sort of fold it over so that the other 2 score lines, you can see them on the outside. You want to make sure that it's only to that 1st score line. All right? This out of the way. And I'm going to use my art glitter glue for this to give myself some time to play with it. Don't forget it's shorter than the page, so you're going to need to make sure you center it. Okay, let's being pretty awkward about it. Let's get it in there. All right, come on. There we go. All right, and I want to go only up to, but not past, that 1st score line, and I want it centered reasonably. Okay. And I just want to go in and make sure I didn't glue anything shut that I shouldn't. And I'm just going to pull that forward a little bit like that. Okay. So then you've still got the little peak leaning out, so just give that a little pinch. And your other 2 score lines, because you don't want to lose that. All right. Now the next one, you're going to have this a similar thing, but this one is going to get glued. The first one I glued to this top part. This one I'm going to glue to the bottom. So again, glue not past that outer score line. And I'm just going to turn it around. And center it. Make sure your 2 pages are lined up pretty well. Okay. You can see you've still got that 3rd score line, right? And then you want to take and pinch, okay? Just like that. So now you've got these 2 pages like that. All right, then you're going to take your next little spine piece and this one is going to get glued to the opposite side. Insert it in there. All right, and you're going to end up with an opening right there. And if you don't want tags and things to slide all the way through, you'll need to put a little accordion piece in there, something to close it off. I'm not going to worry about it myself, so. I think we're going to have plenty of places to put things without necessarily having big tags going in the sides. Okay. Now, we need to insert this. Once again, centered top to bottom, and don't go past that score line. Looks good. And we'll reinforce our folds again. Okay, so now we have this, all right? And the next page is going to be here, and again I'm going to turn it around just to make it easier. Oops, glue this over to my pin. Okay. And what you can do, I think, I'm not going to do a full trim on this, but I'm just going to angle it just ever so slightly. So it seems to be really, maybe that'll make it a little slightly bit easier to get it in. I hope I'm not coming down with a cold. I'm just very, like I said, I've got a tickle in my throat and I seem kind of hoarse, but that could just be from talking a lot yesterday. And we're just going to slide this next one on, make sure it's centered, just like all the others, and that we haven't gone past that first score mark. Now we have 2 pages. You can see it makes for kind of a squishy spine. All right, so I'm just going to continue on doing just what I was just doing and add all the rest of the pages. And then I'll be right back. So I've got all of my pages together. As you can see, and I've added a little extra piece, which I'm going to show you how to do on the other end. But as you can see, this now is very flexible, and I've added this piece to add it into the book, and I'm going to show you. You need one for each side, okay? Let me show you what to do. All right. All right, you need a piece, pardon me, is 6 5/8 inches long by 1 5/8 inches wide. You put it in your scoreboard. You're going to score it at 1 inch. I don't know if you can see. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, you're going to score it at 1 inch, 1 1/8, and 1 1/4. So that's going to give you a 1 inch, 1 inch piece, and then you're going to have 1/8, 1/8, and 1/4. And this 1/4 inch is what's going to go, I hope you can see, this 1/4 inch here is what's going to go inside here. Okay? And then you'll have your large piece left over on the outside. So once you've scored it, go ahead and you do the same thing you did with the smaller pieces. You just have a larger piece to deal with. So fold over the 1 inch, finish it well, and then skip that middle score mark for now, and then score this one. Okay, and I'm like to actually just bend them back. I'm not going to burnish them back, but you really want to be able to see those. And now you want to take, just like you did before, that middle one, which is a little tricky, and just bend it so it pops up into a little peak. Okay, and then give that a burnish. Okay, so now you have, I'm just going to do this one again. Okay. A piece, just like, it's exactly like the others, but instead of a 1/2 inch, you have 1 inch. Okay. And then I'm going to take my scissors and trim the corner on the 1/2 inch one. Don't go past the score mark. And you don't have to trim it a lot, just a bit. There we go. All right. Now this has got to go in here, and again, you want to not go past the very first score mark. So you still have the middle one and this outer one, all right? Once we get done with this, we'll be able to put it in our book, and then we can start with the more fun stuff in our next video. Not that this is not fun, but as you all know, I've mentioned many times, making covers and bases and stuff is not my favorite part. I like working with the more interactive bits and the pretty paper. Okay, so just slide that in up to, but not past the first score mark. And remember, this piece is a little shorter than your page, so make sure that you center it top to bottom. All right, and then what you want to do, I can't remember if I mentioned it earlier, is you want to go through and make sure that middle score mark on all of these is pinched together to make a nice peak. You can sort of see it on all of these. All right, there we go. And mine is not perfectly even, but this is literally the first time I'm making this binding, so I'm happy enough with it. All right, so here's our cover. And let me hold it up. See, this is going to go right in, okay? And remember, it's flexible, so it's going to open up in there. So what has to happen is this flap here and this flap here up to that first score mark are going to get glued right along this edge. So, like this. Bring it up and fold it over, and it'll theoretically be glued in place. And then the same on the other side. All right, so this one will be in place, and then this will come up and over onto it. Okay, and I'm going to use my art glitter glue, and don't lose your little peaks. Oh, and I want to make sure that short page is to the back, and then I had that one section of my cover that I didn't think was that great. I want that on the back. That looks good. Well, I don't know. Whatever part of it I didn't think looked good looks okay now. That piece is a little wonky. All right, so we'll just leave it just like that. And lay that there. And I'm going to I'm staying well, except for right there. I was going to say I'm staying back a little bit from the fold line. Just a hair, because I know it's going to spread over there. Okay, now, one thing before I go too far, I need to make sure these pages are even top to bottom. That looks pretty good. All right. Oops, well, it looked pretty good before I knocked it. Okay, so let's try that again. Okay. And let's see. Well, I keep knocking it. To do is lay this right along that score line. I'm checking it for side to side. That looks pretty good. Now, one thing you could have done, and I kind of wish that I had done, but well, it's a little, hang on. Let me tell you as soon as I get this where I want it. Is because this is now on the outside, you can see this seam, is maybe put this lining piece on after you put the cover piece on. I mean, you put this binding piece on. If you want this to have a more immediate grip, use score tape, but all right. I actually was afraid I might have to play with it, and I wanted to use the art glitter glue for that reason. Do the other side. Remember, it's all going to be downhill from here. All right, and I'm going to turn it this way. bit, but I don't think it's too bad. That looks pretty good. We got our one little short page. And then our book pages lay nice and flat, just like we wanted. All right, I think that's enough for now. I am pleased with that. All right, next time we're going to start creating the various pages and elements for our book, and I guess that'll be that. So thank you so much for watching. That's actually back, that's the front. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next video in the series, and I will see you next time. Thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.